for us. First of all, hello everyone. I hope you good and healthy today. My name is Samet Atilla. I will moderate you in this beautiful program today. In advance, I apologize if I mistake. Dear valuable participants, today I would like to prove or provide you with information about JCI, which stands for Junior Member International, the role of JCI Turkey, and what the JCI Startup Potential branch entails. JCI is an international organization that brings together young leaders and entrepreneurs from around the world. It is the mission to start impart leadership skills, support personal development, and instill a sense of social responsibility. It is the members. JCI also emphasizes international collaboration and cultural understanding. The JCI Turkey, on the other hand, serves as platform for JCI members in our country. And it's offering them, this is very important, it's offering them the opportunities for leadership, entrepreneurship, and social engagement. You know, in our world, the social engagement is another important topic too. Throughout the various activities, seminars, and projects, members gain the chance for the personal and professional growth. The goal of the JCI, the Turkey, is the members on the international stage and foster positive change among the Turkey's young leaders. Lastly, the JCI Startup Potential branch is an initiative aimed at supporting the entrepreneurs. It focuses on organizing events, providing education, and offering mentorship programs for those involved in entrepreneurship, innovation, and the technology. The JCI Startup strives into the stand by young entrepreneurs with innovative ideas and grounded approaches to do business the world. In summary, the JCI is the international organization for young leadership and entrepreneurship. The JCI Turkey upholds this mission in our country, providing significant opportunities for young leaders. JCI Startup is a potential branch with the purpose of supporting entrepreneurs. Together, we are working to harness of the power of young leaders and entrepreneurs to contribute more and more positive the future. You know, this is the summary of the introduce our social department, social works, and the second part I want to give some introduce to our topics which about our conservation. Today we have gathered here to discuss significant topic that is shaping the future of finance. The future of the crypto technologies and upcoming major trends. In the swiftly evolving digital age, we are witnessing the profound transformation within the financial ecosystem. Terms like cryptocurrencies, blockchain technologies, decentralized finance, and non-fungible tokens, and central bank digital currencies have become commonplace alongside traditional financial system. In this presentation, we aim to delve into the core components with the transformation and provide a comprehensive understanding of the future of crypto technologies. We will explore what factors have fueled the rise cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology, and how decentralized financial is a reconciliation the industry, the contribution of NFTs to the world's art and digital assets. However, beyond this presentation, we see you not just an audience, but as participants. Feel free and to ask your questions without any hesitation. Contribute to enriching to our discussion. Together, we will learn about the crypto technologies and support your journey to the financial world of tomorrow with the stronger foundation. While exploring the future of the crypto, we will understand the dynamics, opportunities in this field, equipping ourselves with the insight on how to navigate throughout these exciting shifts. Now, I would like to turn the floor over to our main speakers for this event, Andy Lian, with a vast knowledge in crypto technologies and financial innovation. He will provide us invaluable insight into the future of the financial world. I would like to give the short bio of Andy Lian. Then I would like to give speech of on the floor. The Andy Lian is an all-around business strategist in Asia. He provided advisory across a variety of industrial for local and international and public listeds. He has an early blockchain adapter for experienced serial entrepreneur, best-selling book author, and investigator, board member, and keynote speaker. The last point, the today programs is being recorded for those who could not watch it and for those who missed it. I would like to inform you these topics. Hello, Andy. We have approximately 30 minutes. Then we will complete our program with a question answer. The speech is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. It's really delighted, to be speaking to everyone, from the JCI Startup family. So let's just begin what I'm trying to present today. It's a very straightforward topic, and it is very dear to many of my friends in Asia, and then also very dear to my friends in Turkey. I was in Turkey last month. I realized that cryptocurrency is really a really big thing in Turkey right now. So my topic would be simple. I do not want to talk to people about what is blockchain, what is cryptocurrency, and what cryptocurrency can do. I think what I would love to share is how I vision the future of crypto and what are the next big trends that you would see in the coming years. So I'll begin right after this. And as Sam has mentioned, at the end of the event, there will be a Ask Me Anything session. You could just ask me any questions. I'll be very happy to give you a straightforward reply. I'm going to begin right now.
I hope that your wonderful speech, we have a question for you for our optimistic future.
No problem. Thanks, Sam. So I'm just going to proceed. I hope everyone can see my screen.
Please, stage is yours.
Thank you. So this is myself. I'm a best-selling book author. I am also a licensed fund manager based in Singapore. So many times, some of my friends on social media would ask me, why am I not giving very concrete financial advice, on social media? One of the main reasons is because, I'm a financial advisor, a licensed fund manager. So a lot of these things I couldn't really share in the social space. I'm also very much known as an intergovernmental blockchain advisor. I used to be giving advice to like a UN-like organization, where I give advice to 22 countries, tell them about what blockchain is going to be like, what productivity and blockchain is able to help you in the coming years and so forth. Currently, I'm still a chief digital advisor to Mongolia Productivity Organization. This organization is the national body for productivity, and this national body will allow me to also access to people on the ground in Mongolia and regional countries. And I solely believe that Mongolia and specific regions, including Turkey, would be a very good growing grounds for cryptocurrency. Next, I just want to continue this. I'm also an advisor to Bybit. Bybit is the one of the top 3 largest derivatives exchange right now. We have many different pairs. We have a good social media presence. We continue to educate people and then telling people the right kind of information, within the crypto space. I was formerly the board member to Hyundai, the car brand. I was an ex-chairperson to another exchange, ex-chairman to a Korean Esports Association, and as mentioned previously, I'm also an ex-advisor to Asian Productivity Organization. So on other fronts, I actually hold a PhD in productivity science, and I continue to share my academic knowledge, with different universities in different parts of the world, So this is a background of who I am and what I'm trying to do. So let's go through a very simple chart, that I have come up with, is something interesting, and this will put all of us on the context of crypto versus the rest of the world in terms of the current market capitalization. So if you look at the table on my left, Bitcoin is ranked number 13 with a market cap of 500 billion. And then if you look at the context, if you compare it with the world, all the big companies and so forth, you can see number 1 would still be gold. We will have Apple, Microsoft. These 3 are the top asset that we all know, big brands, and of course, Amazon, that we are always in touch with, whether we are buying goods or we are buying grocery and so forth. They are number 6 globally, and Bitcoin is number 13. So again, giving you more context on versus famous brands. You look at number 14 is Visa, number 19 is JP Morgan, number 20 is LVMH. Coca-Cola is on 30th. Toyota cars that we see everywhere on the road is 52. And then Ethereum, which is the second largest cryptocurrency right now, is number 61. And then below Ethereum, there's Netflix, there's the famous bank HSBC on 83. So honestly, if we look at the current market cap, we are not faring too badly. Many of the big brands are actually behind what we are trying to do, from the crypto space. So this is how I look at it. Giving you more context, from a cryptocurrency standpoint. The current big brother, the leader, would still be Bitcoin, followed by Ethereum, followed by a couple of stable coin. BNB, for example, is a platform token. XRP, that's another token that just got out from a SEC lawsuit in US. And then if you look at number 8, there's like a Dogecoin, which is a meme coin, with a very strong market capitalization right now at about 8 billion. So if you look at it this way, Bitcoin's dominance is still one of the key indicators used for traders, investors, and analysts to look at the strength and stability of the cryptocurrency. So most of us, when we look at the Bitcoin currency, if it's going up, it means that well, you will see all the other coins, from number 2, number 3, and all the way down to a few thousand. All of them will be all pumped up. The price will go up. So we use Bitcoin as one of the core indicator for the whole of cryptocurrency scene. So this is also another very very important thing. Whenever we talk about different trends within the cryptocurrency space, these are some of the 30 most common used words, like cryptocurrency, blockchain, wallet, exchange, token, altcoin, decentralization. The list goes on, right? So in today's trends that I am going to share, I will talk about how DeFi is going to change the current traditional finance market. I will tell you some of the trends that I spotted from the NFT space, and then the list goes on. So this is one list that you can take a quick snapshot. You could ask me some questions. Later on, I could try my best to answer them, and then give you an answer that you could bring home and really think about. All right. So these are the 30 most common words that we see right now in the market. So let's go into the proper. So I have actually spotted around 10 plus different trends. Some of them could be more related to what you are trying to do. Some of you are very much into trading, for example, and then some of you are very much into the maybe very much into the tech space. So feel free to ask me the questions that you want later on. So I'll start off with the different trends. I hope the videos are moving. All right, so the first thing that I would love to share is a very obvious trend that you see right now, which is artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence will continue to disrupt further and become a part of our daily life, right? So how is this going to be related to cryptocurrency? Some of you might be thinking, hey man, what is Andy talking about? I think one of the very obvious trend that you see right now is AI powered trading application. So you just imagine you are a newbie, you do not know much about what's going on in the cryptocurrency scene. You will then be directed to a chat GPT like or GPT-4 like platform where they give you inputs on what you should trade, how you should trade, what they foresee in the next 24 hours. All right. So there are already applications that is doing that on the AI level, right? And such a feature is also featured on Bybit. It's called Tools GPT. So if you use that tool, you are then able to use the statistics and data that is being collated on the platform. You ask them the questions, what should I trade in the next 24 hours? List me 10 separate coins, for example. Such an algorithm is there. You could use that as a form of reference for trading. So today, whether you are a professional trader or you are just a new trader, you are using the same set of data that is being shared, openly. So everyone has a better start if you are a newbie, yeah. And then the second thing I talk about would be AI relationship projects. AI powered relationship projects. This is right now a trend. You could be a platform. Talking to an AI persona, an AI companion. Regarding your daily life, they become like your best friend. You share all these things with the AI, and what's going to happen is, because this whole action is very Web3 driven. A lot of these creators will have who created the AI, for example, they will use the AI to kind of make money. For example, they can even rent their AI to the next guy to continue to train the AI. So this whole process is very Web3 suitable. Creators get their money. Creators have the full rights to the content. Also, at the same time, this kind of project, regarding AI relationship is actually going to, bring in a lot of new users. This is also some projects that we love, from a cryptocurrency exchange standpoint. We love to list projects with good community power, and we believe that AI-driven community or AI-driven relationships project would be a big trend in time to come. So next will be CBDC. I think central bank digital currency is a very, very big word right now, in the space. You can see that in the mainstream media, different countries are trying to have their own CBDC, So to me, CBDC is actually the missing link to track, trace, and tax, the significant impact on the crypto industry, would further streamline and further increase mainstream adoption thanks to the use of this CBDC. As you know, CBDC has the power to track, trace. So you just imagine in this environment where you use cryptocurrency for trading, you make your money right now. A lot of this government couldn't track where the money comes from. Even when you cash out, there's no way you could know where the money comes from. So if right now you have the CBDC technology and you have this CBDC in your country, whoever that cash out from that amount or cash out from that cryptocurrency address can be traced, and then government is able to then ask them more questions, how did they get their money, and then thus they can find a way to tax them as well. So CBDC to me is one of the missing link that is very interesting. In weeks to come, in months to come, this will definitely change how people would look at cryptocurrency and bringing it to a mainstream environment. The other thing that we often see again on the mainstream media would be about travel rule, right? So crypto travel rule will be enhanced. Cross-border limitations will be increased, and with all these new rules. People would ask, what do you mean by a travel rule? So cryptocurrency from one wallet to another wallet, or from one centralized exchange to another centralized exchange, right now, most of the time, it is actually not restrictive. You can move your money from maybe in Turkey, you move your money to Germany, your friends in Germany can just cash it out, no problem, But in time to come, because of the Anti-Money Laundering Act, a lot of different restrictions and so forth, the travel rule for cryptocurrency will be enhanced. This is also a way to help prevent illegal money, illicit money from traveling around from places to places, right? So the travel rule will be enhanced. So it will not be a superly open market in time to come. And then if you really think of this in a more deep manner, we talk about CBDC in the last slide. So same thing, even if today the travel rule is open, you can move your money from point A to point B. But once you reach to a country where you need to cash out, and the kind of currency that they only allow you to cash out, it will be in a form of CBDC. All this can be traded, all this can be tracked, and all this will be taxed. So this whole thing is actually under the same bundle. So this trend can be good. It can also be not that friendly for crypto users. The next trend that I really see would be decentralized and peer-to-peer network. So again, just now when we were talking about how money is going to be transferred from point A to point B, some of these members that we have right now online will be thinking, oh, we could always use a decentralized wallet, to transfer the money from point A to point B, right? Yes, this is actually one of the loophole, but trust me, the decentralized or P2P network that you see right now will be more monitored. There'll be a greater focus on how to balance between privacy and security. And then there will be also different technology that can be used to track all the different wallet addresses. So everything will be monitored. So if you are running a crypto business, for example, please be very mindful that all these network will soon be more monitored, and your privacy could be at risk if you do not try to protect it right in the very beginning. The other trend that I really foresee would be a decentralized governance. You can see that there are many different kind of DAOs. So they are like the decentralized autonomous organization. Again, this is also another word where we always often use. They say, "Oh, this is a DAO, that is a DAO." How DAO works is just very simple and straightforward, to be honest. A group of people gather together, they get themselves into a group, and then they make decisions together, right, in a very simple manner. So I think decentralized governance will also increase, because right now, as you can see in different parts of the world, a lot of these DAOs are actually not regulated and they are not very organized. So based on my knowledge, there are new decentralized governance that will look at how DAOs are going to be operated, and this would then also close up another loophole that some crypto companies are doing right now. They keep everything under the DAO and it's not under any jurisdiction. So the governance part will definitely increase in the days to come. Zero knowledge proof, ZK proof for privacy. I think this is also another big trend. One good example that I could share with you right now is that you are able to do the verification of information without reviewing your actual data. So this is a very important piece of technology that we are looking at. So imagine you are using your on-chain data, you're using your verification of your data, but also at the same time, they will not review your actual data. It sounds very magical, but this can actually be done within this zero knowledge proof protocol. So ZK protocol enhance privacy on the blockchain by allowing users to prove the validity of transactions or data without disclosing sensitive information. So this piece of information is going to be very valuable, especially for people who are building, especially people who are trying to build a more decentralized, more private space. So ZK is one of the big trends. I look at different parts of the this ecosystem. Metaverse. Right now, I think many people are talking about it from a gaming perspective, or some of them are talking it from a health perspective. But to be very honest, in order for a metaverse in the crypto space to be sustainable, you need to create new economic conditions and be self-sustaining. There will be new ways that users can interact. There are new ways that users can make money. So metaverse would also be a very big space right now. Many people are building on top of different metaverse, creating a second life or a virtual world that you can live in. You can even make your own money in metaverses. So this is another big trend that I foresee that that is going to be big in the years to come. I think areas to watch out will be things like gaming. The other thing would be how the metaverse construction or applications or infrastructure. I think these are two very good trends that we will see in the years to come. So this is more from the metaverse standpoint. Okay, so I'm a book author. My latest book is called NFT from Zero to Hero. And I do a lot of different research on NFT. So I think we will see a next level NFT that is already more or less seen in this current context. As you can see from the current sales volume, sales volume for NFT has been dropping, and I believe many of your friends are saying that NFTs are dying. The NFT market is not doing well. That is 100% true. But I think for any products, there's always a product life cycle. So right now, I think the NFT sales volume definitely has not picked up, but the adoption has increased thanks to very big brands. Just to give you some context on how I look at NFT. For example, about less than 1 month ago, Oracle Red Bull Racing, together with Bybit, we launched a series called the Velocity series. This is a series where we work with renowned artists, digital artists, generative artists, where we create artwork in the form of NFT, for all the Oracle Red Bull fans. To be very honest, for the first Velocity Pass, the very, very first drop that we have sold more than 300 Ethereum. Yeah. So I think this is a good number. So 300 Ethereum will be about 600,000 US dollars. And I think this is a very sizable number. And we hope that we could continue this good trend. And we hope to use big brands, such as Oracle Red Bull Racing, to reach out to more fans and continue to build on a better NFT journey. So this is just one of the examples that you can see, or that I can share right now. If you Google online, there are a lot of big NFT drops. Like McDonald's, for example, in Singapore, they just recently launched an NFT as well. They are trying to use NFT to connect with the younger audiences and trying to create new communities, for the fast food brand. So next level NFTs should be the things that you are looking at. Of course, the next level NFT would include things like, title deeds, property title deeds, medical records, on chain. So there's a lot of things that you can imagine, more dApps, decentralized applications. This is a word that was commonly used a couple of years ago, especially during the ICO times. We talk about dApps or decentralized apps. Right now, I see that large corporations are seeking to capitalize on the crypto trend using dApps. So they create apps, that are decentralized, that are more more secured and so forth. They are all now trying to use dApps as one of their core selling point. So this is something to watch out for. This is another topic that I often share, which is I call it Web 4. Most people will be talking about Web 3 right now, where we are all talking about a decentralized web. But myself and a few other friends of mine, we do not really think that Web 3 is very decentralized. This is not just me alone. Like I mentioned, very big names like the founder of Twitter, you mentioned that it's not decentralized as well. Other prominent figure like Snoop Dogg, for example, he also did not believe that the current Web 3 is decentralized. So naturally, from the sense of the number part, I think that maybe Web 4 is something that is more decentralized. To me, Web 4 definition is Web 3 plus AI. So a lot of these decisions, in the real Web 3 world are decentralized and processed and governed by AI. So AI and existing decentralized technology should work together, form a more automated environment where things are not 100% dependent on human being. So this could be also another big trend that everyone should look out for. Yeah, so it's called Web4. So if you Google Web4 on Google right now, I think I'm the top 1 or 2 search results, on Google right now. Well, the other part would be security tokens. In short, we call it STO. So how STO works is that you could have heard a lot of different words or different businesses or different friends come to you say, hey, can we tokenize your business, right? Can we do this for your business in a crypto manner or in a more tokenized manner? So all these tokens that we talk about, they are mainly securities, and the security tokens are actually right now the bridge for traditional finance in this blockchain era. So you will see more and more blockchain companies or more and more securities companies, diving into the security token STO space. This is a hot topic in different parts of the world, including Singapore, Kazakhstan, and so forth. Then when you look at securities, then the other thing that you could be thinking right now is that how about commodities? So commodities trading is also another big topic right now. If you are in Kazakhstan, for example, there are regulated licensed commodity exchanges that are using the blockchain technology and are also looking at cryptolizing some of these commodities, from oil to gold, and the choice is yours. Instead of buying a few millions of them, through the different commodities platform using the blockchain technology, you can buy a fraction of that. So this is also one very big trend that we all see, in the current space right now. Next thing that most people would think of right now, in terms of blockchain or in terms of cryptocurrency per se, is actually the regulations. A lot of these regulations are not very clear, and if it's not very clear, the big problem is that people will find different loopholes or different gray areas to operate their business. So in this coming month, there are meetings with different regulators. One or two of them I'm actually involved personally. But what I'm trying to say is that the trend will be very obvious. Regulators will be very clear on what they can do in the cryptocurrency market, what they cannot do, within this environment. So these are very good news for people who really wants to build a good crypto business. One very good example is in Singapore, the MAS Monetary Authority. They have passed a stable coin framework where users could then use the framework to look at use their framework to produce some of this stable coin, within the Singapore framework. So this is something that is good for reading. Please take a read. Again, if you search my name and then stable coin, I think I've one article from South China Morning Post that was published yesterday. And then there's also another post on how I look at the stable coin framework in Singapore. So please, take a look. All the contents are free. You could definitely search for it. So reinforcing my point is that the regulatory clarity will be very, very much enhanced, and that is really helpful for crypto to go super mainstream. I like I mentioned in the very early slides, I'm a fund manager. I speak to different family offices, banks, and so forth. I had the chance to speak to some of the largest private banks, when I was in Dubai, for example, or in London, last 2 weeks ago. I'm actually very surprised that the trend within the investments circle, very, very surprised, because every of these big names, their clients are coming to them to ask about cryptocurrency. That's number one. Number two, the smaller family offices, maybe those that are 30 mil or 100 mil family offices, they are now allocating at least 10% of their AUM into cryptocurrency. So this is very good news for all of us. You know, some of the family offices are actually investing into DeFi protocols. They are looking at a different kind of lending, borrowing, you know, that actually give them more leeway to look for new funds or find new ways to deploy their funds. So this is a very, very positive news for the cryptocurrency scene. So I think 10% is the current magic number, but in time to come, I do believe that the number will increase. You know, so let's you know, watch this closely. So is you know, I try to make things more interactive. You know, so right now I would love to open up the floor, you know, to answer some questions. You know, you can ask me anything. You know, please do not be shy, and please do not think that, oh, this question is very basic, or this question is very silly. You know, there's no such thing. You know, ask the questions that you want. You know, take the chance to ask me anything. Yep. Back to you, Sam.
Thank you. I always hearing mundane information about this world, but after what I have heard and learned now, my perspective has really changed. And I really thank you for your this incredibly productive information. I really didn't know this world was so big. It's been incredibly productive for me. I really appreciate it. Personally, I think I'm very lucky to be moderating this beautiful program too. Let's move on the question and answer session, if it is possible for you. The first question is coming from who, I think? Elif, stage is yours.
Hello.
Hi, Ali.
Hi, Andy. Thank you for the informative presentation. Listening to you once again, both informative and insightful. So I would like to ask, you gave some examples from Singapore, but maybe you can give from another country's details, like how are governmental bodies globally adapting this burgeoning pile of cryptocurrencies.
Thanks, Elif. So, I think on a global manner, you could see that many of the regulators, for example, in Hong Kong, you know, they have now, you know, they have now given out 2 separate crypto license, you know, crypto exchange license. You know, I think governments are all very open. You know, they want to put this under a certain framework so that they can control what's happening, and also, of course, with the pretext of protecting their citizens. You know, so you know, Hong Kong is doing that. Like I've mentioned, Kazakhstan is doing that. South Korea has done that. So this is one step where everybody is going to benefit, you know. And then if you're talking about just purely crypto, I've mentioned about Singapore government looking at stable coin, you know. Again, you know, there are many other government bodies who are already looking at different frameworks that could help them, you know, with their monetary schemes and so forth, you know. So these are another point where government are actually stepping up to do their bit, you know, for their country. And then last but not least, you know, you can see a lot of government or regulatory bodies, again, you know, looking at different payment regime, you know, how they control the money, how they control cryptocurrency. I think, you know, putting up all these rules and framework together is actually a very small baby step for cryptocurrency to be embraced by the different government, you know. So I think these are all very positive outcomes, honestly. And just giving you a little bit more background, you know, when I first started to give advice to different government in 2018, you know, most people give me that very dirty look, as in, oh, what is that guy talking about, you know? But then if you fast forward to right now, 2023, you know, many of these regulators, even on the ministry level, they are now very open and receptive of what we are trying to say. You know, I think we have gone through a long way. And, you know, in the last 5 years, you know, things have really opened up. You know, in the past, we can only talk about blockchain technology, you know, but right now, you know, the regulators will just invite you to the office, you know, sit down with the finance minister, and then, you know, start crafting out things that are more crypto-centric, you know, and I think that is a very positive move. I hope that answer part of your question. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Andy, for your answer.
No problem.
The second question is coming from the Alto, I think. Yes, Alto, stage is yours.
Hi, Alto.
Hello, Andy. Thank you for this great session, and thank you, Samet, for moderating this session. So I have some questions. The first one is, how do you see the regulatory landscape shaping the future of investments in blockchain and cryptocurrency? Are there specific regions or countries that you believe are more favorable for crypto investments? So this is the first one.
Sure. I will answer the first question first. Whether the country is more favorable for crypto investment, it also depends on how the country look at cryptocurrency, right? So if the country sees that Bitcoin is an asset, you know, so if you operate in that country, you will probably get very good attention, you know. And then if you are, you know, trying to operate this from a country that is not that crypto friendly, you know, or maybe the clarity is not that clear, maybe like USA, for example, you know, then you will get into different trouble when you grow big, right? So if you are looking at this from a retail investor standpoint, you know, you should look at crypto friendly regimes, all right, or regimes or countries that have clear cryptocurrency backing and support. You know, I think so far, based on what I see, you know, on a global manner, most of the retail investors are all coming from Chinese-speaking places, countries. South Korea, you know, I think the trading volume and investors volume is very, very decent and sizable, you know. So if you are in countries like in Singapore, for example, or in maybe again, you know, without repeating, I think South Korea, for example, you know, you are in a very friendly environment where you could do your investment a lot safer compared to, you know, other parts of the world. You know, again, from a retail investor, I think Turkey is definitely another big player in the crypto space. Also because of the nature on how your national currency is like. You know, many of my friends in Turkey are actually trading and using cryptocurrency. So I think Turkey would be another good place in time to come. So this is from a more retail investor standpoint. But if you are coming from a more institution standpoint, you know, I think everywhere is a good place for you, you know, because if you are an institution, you know, you are not bounded by the different laws, you know, in the different country. You know, you're just a professional investor, you know what you're investing in. You know, institution-wise, I think globally, the bigger boys right now are still in US. You know, they have very big funds that they pour into, you know, crypto projects and so forth. You know, so I hope I answer question number one.
Thank you. It wasn't that easy to join South Korean market. I'm in this sector since 2016, and thank you for your answer. So I have a short personal question. So as a best-selling author, are there any books or resources that you'd recommend for those wanting to delve deeper into the world of blockchain for us?
I don't have very specific books that you could look at, but you can look at what Vitalik has written, about Ethereum. I think that is a very good book where you can learn more about blockchain. I also want to also highlight the point that you're right that getting into the South Korea market is not the easiest thing, because if you look at the biggest exchange, which is Upbit, followed by Bitam, followed by a few others in South Korea. It is not easy to get in, but once you get in, the people, and you know that they have strong KRW trading pairs. These are very key indicators where you could use that as an indicator on how you can trade in other related exchanges or other exchanges, because you look, most of the time, put it in a very simple words is once X project is listed in South Korea, for example, all the prices will be hyped, more people will start buying, and if you follow the right trend, you could definitely benefit from it if you're not greedy. Again, this is not financial advisors, man. So, yeah.
So thank you. Maybe I need to give the floor to someone else. If we have time,
Sure.
I will have some other questions. Thank you.
No problem. I think there is Ali who would ask a question. What are some challenges or limitations faced by blockchain technology? I think there are tons of limitations, to be honest. I think maybe I keep the reply very short. I think the challenge comes from the people, most of the time, because people are always trying to find ways and loopholes, to benefit, from crypto projects, for example, and by doing so, it gives a very bad name to what the builders are trying to build in the blockchain space, so I think the challenges are all human, if there's a way for more people to work together, working together with the same mindset, for example, I think those challenges can be easily solved. I think Adif also met up with me in Turkey. The other big example again is more human related. Are actually all these consultants and these paid consultants that are trying to give advice to different companies. Some of them are actually giving you a very difficult roadmap for you to implement your blockchain. And these are big challenges, because you just imagine, some of these companies, they have already paid maybe $2-3 million on their legacy system. And then this blockchain guy comes and asks you for a consultation fee of $1 million, and then asks you to change your legacy system to what they have. It all doesn't make sense. So again, I think the challenge comes from the different human beings and the people they meet, man. Technology-wise, I still think that is okay,
Thank you, Andy. I'm looking another question, if it is here or not. If it's not here, I'm
I think there are two more questions.
Final question. Two more.
Yeah, I think there's one. Let's do one final question. I mean, I think about 10 minutes ago, someone asked this question: how do AI and crypto work together? I think this is a very good question. I think maybe you're not here when I was sharing the example. One very fast example that I've given, in the PowerPoint slides is AI trading bots, AI trading robots. So AI will do the groundwork. AI will do all the different testing. AI will give you the different references. For example, you write a prompt. Which are the tokens that are most likely to have a 10% hike in the next 24 hours. They will list you 4 or 5 of them. Then from there, you use the secondary data to make a decision. So AI and crypto can work in that manner, and that is a more straightforward manner that we can see. I will take one last one. Beyond BTC and ETH, are there any other cryptocurrency or blockchain projects that you have substantial promise for the future. I think if you want something more safe, look at infrastructure projects. It can be a layer 1, layer 2, or layer 3 project. As long as you see that kind of project can bring in community, then I think it's a good project. So I usually use a community size to gauge whether the project is good or not. Of course, there are a lot of robots, fake people, and so forth. But I tend to really look at cryptocurrency projects with a big community. And having said so, some of these meme coins that you see in the market, they have crazy people from all over the world. Some of them, they might be just buying $10 of or investing in $10 of their of their USDT, for example. They just put small money, and then sometimes if you're lucky, you could really get back $1,000 out from that $10. So I also look at meme coin from a funding perspective, and also from a community perspective. I will answer one last question, Samit, and then
yes,
I'll pass the mic
final
back
question
to
is
you.
coming to me, I think.
Oh, you have other questions? Okay. So why not you use your question? No problem.
Okay. Maybe those who are listening to me will laugh. It is a classic Turkish citizen question, but I will still want to ask. When I heard what you told about the crypto, I was saw that is very big world, big technological and big gigantic worlds. However, when you say crypto in Turkey, it seems to like another way to earn easily. It is really like that with your experiences?
I think yes, to be very honest. I have many Turkish community friends and so forth. I think the simple answer is yes, it is possible. If you're not greedy, I give you the same example. Yeah, non-financial advice. If same example. I have friends who put in $1,000 into a meme coin. Those funny coins. Like could be a dog coin, it could be a cat coin, or a frog coin, a hamster coin. They put in $1,000. They actually cash out with 400,000 US dollars. So 1,000 becomes 4,000. All right. So I have other friends who put in 500, and then they cash out to be, I think, 100 over 1,000. So this is all very recent in the last 6 months. Yes, it is possible, 100% possible. And out of that group of people in my community, 20% of them are from Turkey. So a lot of them, they are all trying their luck and so forth. There's nothing wrong trying their luck, but that, as long as you are not greedy, when you want to sell it, I think making small profits are always possible. But is the money easy? Definitely not, man. A lot of my friends also got burnt. Some of them are because they are very, very greedy. They are thinking that, oh, since I managed to invest $1,000, and the coin is still pumping, let's wait for $1 million. So if you are greedy, the outcome might not be good and might not be favorable. So my very humble advice is, don't be too greedy. If you put $100, you get back $1,000. Just be happy. Buy yourself a nice meal. God bless you. That's good.
Yeah. Turkish citizenship is not alone. We are not alone, and this is good for us. Before I close the presentation, I have a request from you. Can those who are available turn on their cameras? We want to take a group picture together. If who are available, we are take a group photos together.